Welcome, Dee. Welcome, Michelle and Norma. All right, let's get started. Today is Thursday. That means English Day. Started on page 10. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. I go to the Buddha for refuge. I go to the Dhamma for refuge. I go to the Sangha for refuge. A second time I go to the Buddha for refuge. A second time I go to the Dhamma for refuge. A second time I go to the Sangha for refuge. A third time I go to the Buddha for refuge. A third time I go to the Dhamma for refuge. A third time I go to the Sangha for refuge. The 3 refuges are complete. I undertake the training rule to abstain from taking life. I undertake the training rule to abstain from taking what is not given. I undertake the training rule to abstain from sexual misconduct. I undertake the training rule to abstain from false speech. I undertake the training rule to abstain from intoxicating drinks and drugs causing heedlessness. Having well undertaken and kept the 5 precepts together with the 3 refuges, one should strive on with diligence. With morality, good rebirth is gained. With morality, wealth is achieved. With morality, perfect peace is attained. Therefore, morality should be purified. Welcome, Yankee. It's good to see you. Hope all is well. So we will continue on with daily chanting, page 24. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Such indeed is the Sublime One, worthy, perfectly enlightened, perfect in true knowledge and conduct, well gone, knower of the world, supreme trainer of persons to be tamed, teacher of gods and humans, enlightened and exalted. Well expounded is the Dhamma by the Sublime One, directly visible, unaffected by time, calling one to come and see, leading onwards to be realized by the wise. The order of the Sublime One's disciples is practicing well. The order of the Sublime One's disciples is of upright conduct. The order of the Sublime One's disciples has entered the right path. The order of the Sublime One's disciples is practicing correctly. That is, the 4 pairs of persons, the 8 kinds of individuals. This order of the Sublime One's disciples is worthy of offerings and hospitality, worthy of gifts and salutation, supreme field of merit for the world. The Buddha, well purified with ocean-like compassion, possessed of the eye of knowledge, completely purified, destroyer of the evils and corruption of the world, I revere that Buddha with devotion. Homage to you, so nobly bred. Homage to you amongst men supreme. Peerless are you in all the world. May all homage be given to you. A teacher's Dhamma, like a lamp, divided into path, fruition, and the deathless, both itself transcendent and showing the way to that goal, I revere that Dhamma with devotion. Thoroughly understanding the Dhamma and freed from longing through insight, the wise one who is rid of all desire is calm as a pool unstirred by wind. Those to whom the Dhamma is clear are not led into other doctrines. Perfectly enlightened with perfect knowledge, they walk evenly over the uneven. Of all the medicines in the world, manifold and various, there is none like the medicine of Dhamma. Therefore our monks drink of this. Having drunk this Dhamma medicine, you will be ageless and beyond death. Having developed and seen the truth, you will be quenched, free from craving. The Sangha call the field better than the best, who have seen peace, awakening after the Buddha's good way, who have abandoned attachment, the noble ones, the wise. I revere that Sangha with devotion. Happy is the arising of the Buddhas. Happy is the teaching of the true Dhamma. Happy is the unity of the Sangha. Happy is the discipline of the united ones. They go to many a refuge, those who have been struck by fear. They go to the mountains and forests, to parks and trees and shrines. But none of these is a secure refuge. None is the refuge supreme. Not by relying on such a refuge could one be freed from all suffering. But one who has gone for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha sees with perfect wisdom the Four Noble Truths. Suffering, the arising of suffering, the transcending of suffering, and the Noble Eightfold Path that leads to suffering's final end. This is the refuge that is secure. This is the refuge that is supreme. By relying on such a refuge as this, one is released from all suffering. By this practice of Dhamma in accord with the Dhamma, I respect the Buddha. By this practice of Dhamma in accord with the Dhamma, I respect the Dhamma. By this practice of Dhamma in accord with the Dhamma, I respect the Sangha. All actions are led by the mind. Mind is their master, mind is their maker. Actors speak with a defiled state of mind, then suffering follows as the cartwheel follows the foot of the ox. All actions are led by the mind. Mind is their master, mind is their maker. Actors speak with a pure state of mind, then happiness follows as your shadow follows you without departing. Impermanent are all conditioned things, affected by rising and falling away. Having arisen, they then must cease. Blissful is it when they subside. Abstaining from all evil, doing what is good, cleansing one's mind, this is the teaching of all the Buddhas. Patience is the highest practice. Nibbana is supreme, say the Buddhas. A mendicant does not harm others. A recluse oppresses no one. Not insulting, not harming, restrained according to the moral code. Moderating in food, dwelling in solitude, engaging in higher mental development. This is the teaching of all the Buddhas. By the blessings that have arisen from my practice, may my venerable preceptors and teachers who have helped me, mother, father, and relatives, male and female rulers, worldly powers, virtuous human beings, the higher beings, demons, and high gods, the guardian deities of the world, celestial beings, the Lord of Death, friendly people, indifferent and hostile, may all beings be well. May the skillful deeds done by me bring you threefold bliss. May this quickly bring you to the deathless. By means of this meritorious deed and through this aspiration, may I quickly attain the cutting off of craving and clinging. Whatever faults I have until I am liberated, may they quickly perish. Wherever I am born, may there be an upright mind, mindfulness and wisdom, austerity and vigor. May no harmful influences weaken my efforts. The Buddha is the unsurpassed protector. Dhamma is the supreme protection. Peerless is the silent Buddha. The Sangha is my true refuge. By the power of these exalted ones, may I rise above all defilements. By means of this meritorious deed, may I never join with the foolish. May I join always with the wise until the time I attain Nibbana. May the suffering be free from suffering. May the fear-struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all beings be. From the highest realm of existence to the lowest, may all beings arisen in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be released from all suffering, and attain to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Welcome, Mario. All right. Now we are on page 41, starting Ratana Sutta for our secondary chanting. Yani da buddhani samagatani bhumani va yani va antalikke sabbe va bhutta sumana bhavantu atopi sakkaccha sunantu basitang tasmahi buddha nisametta sabbe mettang karota manusaya pajaya divacharato cha harantiye baling tasmahi ne vakatta appamatta Yang kinchi vittang yidhava hurang vasage suva yang ratanang panitang. Nano sammangati tathagatena edang pibuddhe ratanang panitang etena satchena suvati hotu. Kayang viragang amatang panitang yadajjaga sakyamuni samahito natena dhammena satmati kinchi. Idang pidamme ratanang panitang etena satchena suvati hotu. Yang Buddha setto parivannai suching samading anantarikan yamahu samadin natena samona vidyati idang pidamme ratanang panitang etena satchena suvati hotu. Ye puggala attasatang pasatta chattari etani yugani honti te dakkeneya sugatassa savaka ete sudinnani mahapalani idang pisange ratanang panitang etena satchena suvati hotu. Whatever beings are here assembled, whether terrestrial or celestial, may all these beings be happy and listen closely to my words. Pay attention, all you beings, show kindness to the humans. Day and night they bring you offerings, therefore guard them diligently. Whatever treasure is here or beyond, or precious jewel in the heavens, none is equal to the perfect one, and the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. The calm Sakyan sage found cessation, dispassion, the deathless, the sublime. There is nothing equal to that state. And the Dhamma is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. That purity praised by the Supreme Buddha, called concentration with immediate result, that concentration has no equal. And the Dhamma is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. The 8 persons praised by the good, these 4 pairs are the gift-worthy disciples of the well-gone one. Gifts to them yield abundant fruit, and the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. All right, we'll continue on with the Ratana Sutta tomorrow. We'll go to page 71 for the thought of the day. Vyakata Dhamma Atiko Tena Bhagava Janata Passata Arahata Samma Sambuddhena Vyakatani Cha Vatuni Abhyakatani Cha Vatuni Yani Bhagavato Savakehi Tattatentaiva Dare tabbani katang cha abhyakatang bhagava sassato loko abhyakatang etang bhagavata asassato loko abhyakatang etang bhagavata. Actually, we'll do the next one too because they're related. Antava loko ti abhyakatang etang bhagavata anantava loko ti abhyakatang etang bhagavata. All right, English. There are dhammas that have been declared and ones that have not been declared by the Sublime One who knows and sees, the worthy, fully enlightened one, which should be remembered as such by the disciples. What has not been declared by the Sublime One? Whether the world is eternal or the world is not eternal has not been declared by the Sublime One. Whether the world is finite or the world is infinite has not been declared by the Sublime One. Hello, friends. So, there are many such questions that people at the time of the Buddha, so, oh, well, this is an awakened being, or this is a very wise person, they might know these burning questions that we have in our mind. Is there an end to the universe? Right? Is it finite or infinite? Is it eternal? Or is it not eternal? What about it? We got to know. We have to know these things. As somebody who grew up actually pondering and contemplating these things, I fully understand this mindset. It is still a mindset that, comes to me every once in a while. But what we'll find out here, and I'm not going to cover this as its own thing because it's throughout each section, the Buddha is almost never concerned in the suttas with what is outside your mind and body. All his teachings, all his similes, it's all related to what's going on here. And so this is very important to notice. There are even a few interesting, when I first heard this one sutta, I was like, oh, this is awesome. The Buddha knows this thing. And the sutta is called Darkness, where the Buddha says, Bhikkhus, there is an interstellar cosmic darkness. And I'm reading this, I'm like, he's talking about, space between stars and things like that. That's really cool. And the bhikkhus are like, whoa, Bhante, that's amazing. I can't believe, wow, they're so amazed. And the Buddha's talking about space in this way. And the Buddha says, but there is something even darker. And the monks are even more amazed. How can there be anything even darker where sun and moon do not shine? This is amazing. The Buddha says, greed, hatred, and delusion in the mind. Right? So he'll tell you, maybe he'll give you a little clue as to the nature of the universe. But it's only to point out that what's in your mind is actually more important to deal with. Right? Greed, hatred, and delusion is even darker than the darkness of space. So when we, think about, well, is the world finite or infinite? Is it eternal or not eternal? These almost kind of fit with like talk of the well in a way, right? It's almost also kind of like pondering the imponderable, which actually one of these, the world is finite or the world is infinite, I think is one of the imponderables, where if you try to ponder it, your head would explode. Right? In terms of what the Buddha is teaching, as the Buddha says, both formerly and now, all I have ever taught is dukkha and the cessation of dukkha. So, what's most important to the goal is not the nature of the universe. Right? Is not the nature, is the universe finite or infinite, eternal or not eternal. That's not important. What's important is the ending of your suffering. And the Buddha does not declare all these kind of things. The Buddha picked up a handful of leaves from the forest that was full of leaves. And he said, what is greater, bhikkhus? The leaves of my hand or the leaves of the great forest on the ground? And the bhikkhus said, obviously, the leaves of the great forest. And he says, just so, the leaves of the great forest are what I have understood with my own experience, and the leaves of my hand are what I teach you, what I give you. Why? Because the leaves all the other things that I have known with my own experience are not important to the ending of suffering. It's a very important thing to understand there. What's really most important? It's very easy for us to get wrapped up in things external and far away. The news tells us about wars, or we're wrapped up in cosmic giants, red dwarfs, and yellow suns, and all this kind of stuff, and the trillions of years to come before the end of the universe. All these things. There's lots of things that we can get our mind wrapped up in. The Buddha's pointing here. These 5 aggregates. This is where your focus should be. So, all right, friends, I think we are good. Sukhi Hotu, may you be happy and at ease. Practice well and be well, and may you have a spiritually successful and peaceful practice until we meet again, which, if I'm alive, should be tomorrow morning for another morning monastery experience, actually to close out the week. For those of you who are staying for the meditation, half hour, it begins and ends at the bell. Hello, Maria. Everybody have a good day.